I have this built-in sort of doubt about a lot of these conspiracy theories and things like Pizzagate and all this other stuff. It's just so ridiculous on the surface. There's no way it could be true. Because if it, I know I'm going down a
What did
rabbit
you
hole.
just say? Pizzagate?
Pizzagate, yeah. You know what that is?
Heard about this. This
It
was
was
from a few years ago.
Yeah, it was a QAnon thing where, what was it? So there's a pizza parlor somewhere, and the people in power and Hollywood celebrities go into the pizza parlor, and there's a basement, and they eat children, they eat babies. Here's the thing about conspiracy theories. If something seems too ridiculous to be true, 99 times out of 100 it is not true. Because if it were that crazy, you'd have people witnessing it who couldn't help themselves but to spill the truth or to spread rumors. And then there would be an investigation. That's why something like this, it's impossible. Now, I've worked in Hollywood for 35 years, and I've heard a lot of rumors, some of which I know are true, about crazy parties that go on and orgies and stuff like this that the rich and powerful go participate in. I have not. I don't go there. But I've heard stories about this, and I know of people who've gone to these things. I had, get this, I once had I'm not going to tell you this person.
Oh, no.
I once had a boss.
Are you allowed to say this on the podcast?
That's why I'm not mentioning names and I'm not mentioning companies. I worked for a lot of companies, so
you're not cutting this out.
he worked he had a company, and he participated in one of these things and had to go to the emergency room because he had a hypodermic needle stuck in his nuts. So there is weird shit that happens in Hollywood, but they don't eat babies. If they did, believe me, you'd know all about it. Now, getting back to my point, I can remember what my point was.
We were talking about Fort Knox.
Yeah, we were talking about Fort Knox. If the gold wasn't in Fort Knox, that's the kind of thing that, believe me, we'd know about it by now. It's just, and here's the larger danger that I fear. If you have someone who doesn't work for the government, who has who could have an ulterior motive, I'm not saying he does, but he goes in there saying, I'll be the judge of this. I'm going to find out if there's gold in there or not. And he goes in with a bunch of 12-year-olds or whatever his posse is. He goes in there and decides he doesn't like what he sees. He can create some kind of rumor or substantiate a rumor that's not true just by saying what his opinion is. You know, what if he goes in and says, this doesn't look like enough gold to me. I think there was supposed to be more. And he starts talking that way. Do you know what that's going to do to the markets?